What would you do if a powerful CEO looked at a single dad and said, "You're just the help," only to discover, moments later, that he was the man who owned the entire company? In today's inspiring story, you'll witness a shocking lesson about respect, humility, and the true meaning of leadership. This emotional journey proves that appearances can be deceiving and that every person deserves to be treated with dignity. Stay with us until the end to see how one simple mistake changed an entire company forever. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories, and let's get started. Emma Reynolds stepped out of the elevator onto the executive floor of Reynolds Tech Solutions, one of the fastest-growing technology companies in New York City. The morning was already busy. Senior managers hurried between offices carrying reports. Assistants prepared presentations for the quarterly board meeting, and investors were expected to arrive within the hour. Emma, known for her sharp business instincts and demanding leadership style, reviewed messages on her phone while walking toward the conference room. As she approached, she noticed a man sitting quietly in the waiting area with a young girl beside him. The man wore simple jeans, a plain button-down shirt, and carried an old leather bag. The little girl sat next to him reading a book while swinging her feet above the floor. Emma assumed they were visitors who had wandered into the wrong section of the building. Without asking any questions, she stopped in front of them. "Excuse me," she said in a firm tone. "This floor is reserved for executives and board members." The man looked up and smiled politely before he could respond. Emma continued, "If you're part of the support staff, please wait somewhere else. You're just the help, and this area needs to remain professional for our guests." Several employees nearby exchanged uncomfortable glances, but nobody spoke. The man remained calm. He gently closed his daughter's book and said, "Thank you for letting me know." His daughter looked confused but stayed silent. Emma nodded, satisfied, and walked away toward the conference room. A few minutes later, board members and senior executives began arriving. The atmosphere grew serious as everyone took their seats. Emma entered confidently, expecting to lead another successful meeting. Then the conference room doors opened. The same man walked inside holding his daughter's hand. Instantly, every executive in the room stood up. The chairman stepped forward with a wide smile and said, "Good morning, everyone. Before we begin, please welcome our founder, majority owner, and board chairman, Daniel Carter." Emma froze in complete shock. The room remained silent after the chairman's introduction. Emma felt her confidence disappear as every executive warmly greeted Daniel Carter. Some shook his hand while others thanked him for attending in person. His daughter stood proudly beside him, smiling as the leaders of the company showed her father immense respect. Emma could hardly believe that the man she had dismissed only minutes earlier was the founder and majority owner of the entire organization. Daniel took his seat at the head of the table, but before the meeting began, he looked around the room thoughtfully. His expression was calm, not angry. "Before we discuss business," he said, "I'd like to talk about something more important." The executives listened carefully. Emma's heart pounded as she realized what was coming. This company was built on innovation, Daniel continued, but it was also built on respect. Every person who walks through these doors matters, whether they're an investor, an intern, a janitor, or a visitor. Titles may tell us what someone does, but they never tell. It's their worth. The words filled the room with reflection. Daniel's daughter looked up at him proudly. "I bring my daughter with me whenever I can," he added. "I want her to learn that true leadership is measured by character, not position. The way we treat people when we think they have no power says more about us than any business achievement ever could." Emma stood from her chair. The room turned toward her as she took a deep breath. "Mr. Carter," she said sincerely, "I owe you an apology. I judged you without knowing anything about you, and I failed to show the respect that everyone deserves." Daniel smiled kindly. "Thank you, Emma. What matters most is what we learn from our mistakes." From that day forward, the company adopted a stronger culture of humility and respect. Employees noticed the difference immediately, and Emma became one of its strongest advocates. Never forgetting the lesson Daniel Carter had taught that morning,